Welcome to the second day in our sermon series, History, a look through the book of Genesis. And as we looked at last time, it was a study on the 7 days of creation, but not in a detailed order, but in a general overview of what God is doing and how that relates to our lives. Now we're looking at chapter 2, which is again a look at creation, but it gets into God's handiwork in the midst of it, and specifically God's gifts that he gives to us in creation. So as we look at this, I encourage you to consider some of the gifts that he has given. And so it begins by talking about the Garden of Eden, and it gives in some detail about what that garden was like. And before sin entered the world, it was a place where God met Adam and Eve. It was a sacred place, and that is a precious part of this theme that goes throughout Scripture, where God meets with his people. You can think of the Garden of Eden, you can think of the tabernacle, or the wilderness, or Jesus, or even the promise of him coming in heaven, and the restored garden that would be a part of that. Another part of the gift that God gives to us is purpose, and that we can see in his instructions to Adam, take care of this garden, and to Eve, to be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth. Both of those are our roles, and how do those roles that were given then relate to our lives now and today? A third gift is the gift of relationship. So, of course, God forms Adam, and then he takes a rib and he forms Eve. But if you notice the difference of how he created Adam and Eve as compared to the first chapter. In the first chapter, he just spoke all of these things into existence. And in chapter 2, he forms Adam. It's like he is the potter, creating and fashioning. And then again, Eve, bringing her to Adam. And so there are all of these various gifts that God has given to us, and that is applicable as much then as it is today. I hope you enjoy the study as you get into where you're not going to be able to answer all of the questions that we might have about this, but I hope that you can find how this study is practical for our lives even today.